We don't have anyone here in the house yet.
Oh,
Oh,
Joey.
yep.
There's
There
Joe.
you go. Hello, Joey. Thank you for coming to the chat. Anyone who's going to be watching the replay, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And I would like to say hello to my guest, the 9 Acre Family Farms.
Hello.
This is Dale and Nana. And we were just talking about how it's time to be working on gardens. It's that kind of weather, and we're getting anxious to do that. I think we said hello to Joey. So let's go ahead and just start off by you telling us about your channel, your 9 Acre Family Farm channel, how it started, why you did it, and a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
Garrett.
Well, we started our channel, and we've been so. If you look on when 9 Acre Family Farms channel, if you look by the start date, it's quite a bit older than our channel actually is, because I opened a YouTube channel up because I was doing college classes and I had to submit stuff through it. Well, I left the same channel. So it looks like we're older than we actually are. We'll be about 2 years old.
Yep.
Here pretty quick. So we are roughly 2 years old. We are a very small farm. We're on 9 acres. Imagine that in southeast Kansas.
Yep.
I come from a farming background. My family farms bigger, but this is our little place, where we do homesteading, gardening. We raise pigs and chickens and quail and occasionally beef. And our kids used to really be into showing. So that's kind of how we got into the pig deal. We do market gardening. And farmers market with some of that stuff. So we raise food for other people, and then we do canning and cooking here, and have adventures. So Nana and Papa. So we have 3 kids, and we have
They're all adults.
They're all adults. We have 1 grandchild, and it's the farm boss.
And we have another granddaughter coming in the 1st of June.
Oh, exciting! Congratulations!
Some of our content has to do with her granddaughter, and she guest stars in it and stuff. And I imagine being that there will be another one here pretty soon.
Yep.
That'll probably be a big focus on the channel too.
Yeah.
And I do mechanic work and have for a long time, so we do some mechanical stuff also on our channel. And we have a tractor and stuff like that. So we do some fun stuff on our channel. Plus, we're pretty into hunting, fishing, things like that, which in the past we haven't showed a whole lot of. But starting this last fall, we kind of started showing some more of that.
Well, it's kind of scary with that kind of stuff, not knowing whether or not it's going to be okay to show it. But then you kind of learn that you can show parts of it maybe. And
exactly.
With people. Yeah.
If I can just share just a portion of God's creation in the outdoors, I think that's a really good thing to do,
Yeah.
And then in the last few months, I have started a devotional on our channel every Sunday. And I felt led by the Lord to do that. Right or wrong, it's something I'm going to do,
Yeah. I think people look forward to it because like Ginger, I see she comments, and I myself try to watch it every single week. And I think you've probably got a group of followers who you see comments on the regular, I would assume.
Yes, I do. And
always nice.
That's what that helps encourage me to do more,
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not a big view video or anything like that, but um, the comments that I get back and the messages and things like that
Yeah.
more
Sometimes
than
what
clearly
feels-
tell me that that's what we're
Yeah.
headed.
It fulfills your heart and it makes you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's great. Yeah. Oh, hi, Renee. I don't think I got
Hi,
to say.
Renee.
Oh, I didn't see Tony. He skipped in here and I didn't say hello to
He
Tony
did.
either. Thank you, friends, for being here. So you told us that you haven't been doing it as long as your channel shows, but I don't know that you specifically said how long you've been creating content, because I was the same way. It looks like I've been doing it for over 4 years, but I've only been doing content for like 15 months.
That's pretty close to where we're at.
Yeah.
I want to say some of the first would have been
I'm gonna say August or something.
about August.
Or maybe.
Yeah,
So it would have be 2 years about
about
then.
August.
Yeah.
And so the first little bit of our channel, we were kind of having a little bit of success, and then we went to a meetup that was Shoot Dang Fest from the Crockers and the whole Shoot Dang family, and kind of made a few videos about Shoot Dang and stuff like that, and
Grew
pretty quick.
Yeah, so that was a positive experience then for you to
Yeah.
go
Yes, it
be
was.
with other like-minded people.
Well, for us, it definitely helped because we got to talk to some channels that
Yeah.
were very established, and all different sizes, and just kind of got a good feeling about, before we went there, we were like really unsure about it.
Yeah, we didn't know whether we wanted to keep doing it or not.
We didn't know if we wanted to keep doing it. I started filming and stuff and putting out content because
yeah, Derek says that's how I met y'all.
Yep. And because we with their granddaughter and stuff and our kids, I want our kids to be able to see what we do.
Yeah.
I want to be able to, when we're gone, our grandkids can see,
Sorry. There.
Well, it's scary too because of the family. You worry about putting them on there, because I had thought about it a few years ago and I'd made a intro video, and then I'm like, my kids still are young. They're still in school. I don't know if how much I want to put out there, because there can be some real meaners and some real weirdos.
Oh yeah.
And so I waited until my kids were older, but I wanted you to see this comment. I don't know if you can see comments, but it's
Oh yeah. Well,
program.
thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Susan.
Yeah. So yeah, it is scary putting yourself out there and your family. So I'm glad that you're I'm assuming it's your daughters allowing you to have your granddaughter in there some. I'm hoping later I'll get to, but right now my daughter and her husband have said, just on your personal stuff. And so,
Right.
no showing pictures and videos just yet. So
Yep,
and I
we
respect
are.
that.
We don't have a ton of them on
We
there
don't have a
because we kind
ton.
of keep it personal, but
Yeah.
But
I'm hoping
we do have her on
eventually.
there a little bit.
Yeah.
when she
I think
comes
once she
over,
gets older, it'll be okay.
yeah, when she comes over to like hang out on the farm, I'm gonna tell you, if she was here every day, we would get tons done, because
She loves
you're
to
not
work
gonna
out
hang
here.
out. It's like, Papa, let's go take care of the chickens. Papa, let's go
take care
feed
of the
the
pig.
pigs, and she's got to be going.
Yep.
And when she leaves, normally she's zonked out with a nap by the time that they're out of the driveway.
Yeah.
And like we were talking earlier, I'm not much of a nap guy, but usually by the time they make it a mile away, Papa's usually ready for a nap too.
Papa needs a nap on those days.
Yeah.
But
Leanne wants to know if she's for hire.
yeah, I'm telling you, Leanne.
She's a little
Hi,
worker.
Leanne. She's a little worker and she is a handful. My mom used to always tell people, and I always took offense to it. She was like, you always thought your kids were perfect, but your grandkids are. And I'm like, Mom, that's not very nice. Then I had one. Now I
Now we know
know.
what she
Now I know
means.
exactly what she means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Freedom Redbird, Jamie's Country Living.
Butler Family Farm.
Hi
Oh, I
guys.
missed them too. Oh, and Shirley Jensen. I don't think I said hello. Thanks for
Yes,
being here.
grandkids on grand.
Hey,
Yep.
if you haven't already, do the thumbs up thing. I think that'll bring more people in, so we have more people to chat with.
You bet.
So you said that your kids would show pigs. Was that like 4-H, or did you do bigger than that shows?
We went.
We did bigger than that too.
So not only at the county fair, we would go to other states. We went to the World Pork Expo several times.
Numerous times.
Wow.
We would go down into Oklahoma and show in Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri. Um,
Yeah.
and I wish we would have had a channel in those days,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
because we'd have had a lot of really good content.
Right.
Because a lot of people, and I have some older videos that I've kind of flirted with putting some of them out, but it fascinates people that our kids would have their pig where they would
Yeah.
walk a pig without like a leash on it for
Mm-hmm.
a mile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you wanted to bring it in a store, he could have walked
Them
it up
kids
and down
can-
the
yeah.
aisles and never touched anything.
Kids can drive
Mhm.
them pigs anywhere.
But
Yeah. You learn how to do that, and you can always tell, like when you'd go to fair, the ones who had and hadn't worked with their animals for the most part. Sometimes those animals will just do what they want on certain days too.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
some days that they
there's
just
some days when
Yeah.
we would get ready to load up to go to a whole weekend for showing, and people were like, "What do you mean you show the pigs all year long? I thought it was just fair." Well, you know how some families, their kids play softball or baseball every weekend, traveling
Mhm.
ball. Well, we showed animal, we showed pigs.
right.
Mhm.
So we would load up on like a Friday, and we would be
all
gone.
weekend.
We would be the weirdos that would camp in a tent at wherever the show was,
Yeah.
to save money and stuff. But you always knew, like on Friday night when you got ready to load up, if one of them didn't want to act right when you got them out or wanted to load on the trailer, you were like, maybe we're going to leave that one so that the person doing chores can take care of it. Why? Because you just didn't want to deal with it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting lots of comments about what you like to show they like to eat.
Showed a lot of pigs to the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to tell people that all the time, when they talked about what they did and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, well, my kids' sport and hobby turns into yummy, delicious
Yeah.
bacon. What does your kids do?
And our
Yeah.
daughter, she was an awesome beef showman.
Yep. So we
She
showed
loved,
beef for a while.
Yeah, she loves showing shorthorns.
But so it was just another way to get your kids out and get them active, and to find out that not everybody wins. It takes hard work and dedication to win, and especially we didn't have the budget to buy the best there was, but we got the most we could out of what we could
Yes.
afford to buy.
We were lucky that our fair was very accepting because we started with La Mancha goats, which are a dairy breed and they don't have the very big ears.
Yep.
So to put a tag on there was tough.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So to try to do that, they were so nice to not make us do that. Later, some people would tattoo the tails, but they don't take it like a rabbit does. And so I was lucky, and we actually sold them for meat too, and which is kind of uncommon. But in our fair, they kind of understand that you can't all go out and buy this expensive thing, because then there's those few that, just a few weeks before fair, they go pick it up from a farm that has groomed it just perfectly, and then they sell it, and but
So we actually, prior to our channel and prior to the 9, that's what we did, was we raised boar cross show goats also.
okay.
And so that was really how our kids got started into showing, was goats. And we well understand all of that. And like I tell people all the time, the happiest day of our life was when that trailer pulled out of the driveway, had all those boar goats on it, and we had a check in our hand.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. I
it
had a
was
goat
work.
day today. It's been a goat year for me. Like kidding season usually goes really well. It has not this year. It's been a trial, but it's what I love to do. So
Exactly.
oh no, wrong one. Never showed pigs, but the kids showed chickens. So did we. We love showing chickens. We thought that was fun.
So 2 years ago, funny
Oh
story,
yeah.
we
Me
go
too.
to the fair and we're like setting up our pins and everything. It was the last year that Rooster showed. Um, Hi, purring lady. We were like setting up pins and everything, putting down wood chips and hanging our fans and everything. And I kept going, I hear a chicken. Who already brought a chicken to the fair? And somebody walked by our trailer and he's like, Dale,
You have a chicken in
you
your.
have a chicken in your trailer. And sure enough, one of our hens decided
Oh,
she wanted to ride to town with us.
Yeah.
And so Nana grabbed the hen, and the farm boss, she was there. She was only like 2.5. She was
No,
big
she
enough.
was one. She was
Oh,
walking,
she was
but
one.
she was one.
She was walking, and
Yeah.
she's like, Nana's like, come on,
So
let's
she
go
showed
enter
a
a chicken in the open class. So we
oh,
entered that
that's
chicken,
awesome. I love
and
it.
she got a blue ribbon with her open class
Yeah.
chicken.
Good for her.
And everybody's like, well, you better go get your chicken and take it back home with you. And I'm like, I really don't want
Someone
it
can
back at
have
the
it.
house.
Because that year there was a lot of chickens
There was
that
a big rash
that
of,
got red ribbons, and we're like, why is there so many? They look good, and they had mites.
and I'm like, I don't
So
want
we're
to
like,
take that back
if
home to
anybody
my
wants the chicken, they can have it.
flock.
So you know what I would do, and I don't know if this was just luck, but for anyone who does show chickens, my little tip was because you always give them a bath before you take them to fair, and you do the 3 tub system. And I used flea and tick shampoo as a way to make sure anything I had possibly I didn't know I had was taken care of. Plus, I kind of used it as a preventative that they would have that smell so that
Yep.
maybe the neighbors' bugs would not come over. Because we watched ours, I mean, especially back then, really close. And if we had something, we knew right away, but we were preventative treating too. So,
Yeah.
And we were kind of,
is that too loud? He's got the bobcat going.
no, we don't
Okay.
even hear it.
Okay, good.
But so chickens were not a big thing for us actually until COVID.
hit.
Not to say the bad word, but
Yeah, yeah.
when we were all at home, actually, someone had mentioned to us that we ought to get chickens, and we were kind of relatively new to the nine and stuff. And so we got into a weird breed of chickens called AM Samanis. They're
Oh,
like flock
really?
chickens.
It's one
So
breed I haven't had.
those were our first breed of chickens
Yeah.
we had here. And so then we found out that those chicks were actually worth a lot of money. We were selling day old chicks for $20 plus, Um, and so we got hatchers and we would hatch those chicks. Well, of course, the biggest problem for us is we're having chickens and we're thinking, well, we're going to have all kinds of eggs to sell and for us to use and preserve.
Yeah.
And the problem with
They're
AM
not
Samanis is
good
they are
layers.
not good layers.
Yeah, yeah.
They only lay like every other day, and they're not a very big egg. So
Are they white?
they're a cream color.
They're
Cream,
kind of a cream
okay.
color.
Yeah. And a lot of people think they're going to lay black eggs, and that's actually an MU. That's not a AM Samani.
Yeah.
But they So we started adding more and more to our flock and got some, red sex link production layers. And then we were
Blue copper moran.
blue copper morans. We were like eyeball deep in eggs then. And that's kind of what started our farmers market and stuff like
I
that.
love Morans.
We love morans here. And then we got into hatching our own cross between the production reds with the blue copper moran rooster,
Oh, how'd
and
that
we
work?
called them 9 acre layers. So
Oh, yeah.
they would lay a really dark colored
Yeah.
brown egg like a moran,
Uh-huh.
We'd hatch them out and take them to the local feed store.
and they grew faster.
Yeah.
Moran, especially the blue coppers we had, were kind of a bigger, hardier breed,
Mhm.
and it took them a little while to get big enough to where they would lay. Our 9 acre layers would actually mature faster, because they had
That's
that red
awesome.
sex link in them.
Yeah.
And they would come out every color of the rainbow, which we liked.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool. We did an experiment one year. The kids and I did a little bit of hatching back in the day too, and would sell the chicks. I actually sold hatching eggs until you had to become NPIP, and I didn't want to mess with all that, so
Yep.
I quit that. But there was fair money in doing that. But we came up with our own cross. I wanted olive eggers, so we
Yep.
took our Easter eggers with our. I think we had at the time a black copper Moran or maybe a French Moran. A cuckoo Moran. That's what it was, a cuckoo Moran.
Cuckoo. Yep.
Yeah. And so that was fun to finally get that olive color. So it's fun when you can do those crosses. And it takes years, though, because you have to wait, for them to hatch out the egg. And then you got to wait, the 6 months to lay and see what's going to happen. So, yeah. But it's fun.
But our YouTube journey has become, the community that we have met is, so wonderful. We would have never thought that we would have the closest friends as what we have made through the YouTube community.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I would say there's 2 ladies that I talk to weekly for sure, and sometimes daily.
Same.
So would not have guessed that would have happened from YouTube. So I have turkey eggs under mamas. I call them the sister wives. I've got 3 hens who decided to share a nest. Started out with just one for a few days, and I was taking eggs, and I was like, are you trying to set? And then another one was setting, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I had some eggs gathered for a neighboring school was wanting to hatch something different, and I was like, hey, I've got turkey eggs, and then never heard back. So I kind of scooted those under the girls, and then there's a 3rd one now.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'll let them hatch them out if I don't have to.
Yes.
So 2 years, well, actually, been about a year and a half ago, I offered our local FFA. I'm like, I tell you what, I will bring you, because I'd hatched. I have one of the actually I have 2 Sportsman 1502s, the big 350 egg incubators.
Yeah.
And I had probably 20 or 25 chicks, and I said, I tell you what, I will just give the ag department 25 chicks for them to set up their own little, and then they could retail eggs for a fundraiser and stuff like that. And they didn't want to do it. So I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe they were scared of the bird flu type stuff?
No. What they were worried about was when they went on winter break and stuff like that, who was going to come take care of them, and things along that line.
They should have taken turns like the old hamster that was in the kindergarten room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we've learned a little bit about your farm, and we learned about you starting your channel, but then there was an off spin, a Nana 9 acres, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, What started that and how long that's been going?
Nana 9 Acres, it was just my personal channel I just watched videos, listened to music on. And what started Nana 9 Acres was, what collaboration was that?
You actually started
Someone
the
invited
channel
me.
so you could comment on the videos.
Yeah, so I could comment on videos too. I can't,
It was Noodle November, wasn't
yeah,
it?
I think it was Noodle November. I was invited to join that, so I'm like, never done a video. Okay.
Oh,
So
it was neat.
It was September. Leanne is
you
right.
are right. It was September. Yes.
Dirk says Nana can cook.
So I think I've done three collaborations on my channel, and I've done some shorts.
Yeah,
but
I haven't done a whole lot on it.
Nana,
well, are you probably maybe just doing it for fun, just when you want
Yes.
to, type of thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nana loves to film together, but when I try to get her to do stuff on her own channel,
oh my goodness,
she has lots of anxiety about it, and
I do.
Like, she gets in super fast mode, like when she cooks and stuff. Like, it's like really fast and bang, 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 and she like talks, and I'm like, slow down.
I get it completely, because I caught myself just the other day doing that for a video I put out the other day. I'm like, how's that video done already? How did I get this done already? Because you're used to when you're just cooking yourself, you just get it done. You know, you just got mouths to feed and you don't think about it. But you do have to slow down just a little bit sometimes. So when you're editing, there's a little button that can slow you down a little bit. I've had to do that before.
Well, the other thing is Nana's used to cooking for a lot of people and having to do it fast, because her normal job is to cook for kiddos at the school. So she's used to.
Yeah, lots of mouths to feed.
Yeah.
Praying Lady says, kudos to you content providers. You give so much great information. Thanks. Oh, well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Being around and watching us. Oh, I know, right? Wouldn't that be nice? You're scared to death to film with him in the house. I have to watch, because if you all saw the video that I had come out, was it the chicken pot pie one? When I had people with me and I left, they were naughty and they took my taste tester and filled it full of salt, and I took a bite and I was like, they do stuff like that, or they'll like, you know, make passing gas noises, and you know, orneriness that goes on.
Orneriness.
So sometimes it's better just if everyone can be gone. But then now the next problem is the dogs. If people are outside working now because the weather's so nice, the dogs are always yipping. So I've been having to do some voiceovers, but here's what it is. And then there's one more that I was going to bring up, and I don't see him here, so maybe you can talk on his behalf.
Well,
Rooster?
actually, he's in his bedroom.
He's actually behind this wall.
Okay, so maybe at some point he'd like to come out and tell us a little bit about if he has a channel and what direction he wants to take with it at some point, maybe over this next
I think he's on the phone.
You think so?
But
I'll
so Rooster is our youngest son. He lives with us, and he started a channel after we started having some success as the 9 Acre Family Farms. And he started off as just a tool review, and he never would show his face.
Oh, see, my son didn't want his face shown either when we did the Angler April.
And then it kind of become a thing. He's like, I'm not going to show my face till I get X number of subscribers.
Oh, okay.
Well, then we had, Last Chance Cook-Off going on, and he was all excited about Last Chance Cook-Off and wanted to join Last Chance Cook-Off.
I watched his video the other day.
And he had his little hen, as we call her, his girlfriend, and she was excited about it. So they wanted to make a video together, and it was a big deal that he had a face reveal. Well, since then, his channel has changed and now is called Rooster's Adventures because they do other things.
Yeah.
He's emerged from the cave.
He's emerged from his cave. Come around here.
We have a question while he's getting settled in. We'll go ahead and answer. Do you ever have a problem with other animals trespassing into your farm, and how do you guys deal with it? I don't have a personally. I'll answer first, and then I'll let you answer. I don't have a problem because I have 2 large guardian dogs that kind of keep them at bay and don't. I mean, we have a neighbor who sometimes their dogs get out and come over, but they don't make it past like the driveway. They get blocked off. What about you?
Well, we haven't had a problem too much with livestock, but just last week we had a problem with neighbors' dogs showing up, and needless to say, we have less chickens than what we had.
It's disappointing.
So, and when we confronted them about it, they laughed.
Ooh, not cool. Not cool.
So,
My neighbors.
it's not over yet.
Yeah, my neighbors were really nice about it, and I had told them, I said, we're very much animal lovers. I mean, we have 7 dogs. We love animals. We have all my animals are pets that just produce food for us, and but they were getting close to the goat pen, and I said, if they go to hurt them, they will be shot. I mean, I probably shouldn't say that. Maybe I'm going to get bad things happen to me. And they were like, by all means, I understand, but when I say shot, it's probably like a BB or something that is not going to really harm them, just scare them type of thing. But I mean, to have neighbors who laugh, that's a lot to take in because, yeah.
Yeah, it was not the neighbor itself. It was their grandchildren that thought it was funny, but they're adults.
They're not. They weren't raised around it enough to understand it.
No, yeah. They don't get it. But yeah, needless to say, they come back and the problem will be taken care of.
Yeah. Do what you got to do. I mean, it's the same thing with old Rooster who just came in, didn't you? Or maybe it was Dale that took care of it one night. You like to get on the game nights. We'll talk about that too. But did you have a coon or a possum or something that you had to take care of one night? Yeah.
He eliminates the predators off of here. One night it was like 5 coon, 2 possums, and a coyote in one night.
Wow. See, I'm lucky enough the dogs will keep them pretty far away, but I also have people that are always saying, can I come turkey hunt? Can I coyote hunt? Can I coon hunt? Whatever. I'm like, you can do all that, but don't put traps out where my animals go. My dogs need to be able to do their thing down there. But yeah, you can come have all you want. And my cousin's new husband came, and they were several miles down, still on my property, and did a call. And he said, Bear, my dog, came barreling down and was going to come get it. And I'm like, yeah, they do a great job. So I love livestock dogs, especially Great Pyrenees. They're just the best. Rooster looks like a grown Luke.
Well, he's kind of baby faced today. If you'd have seen him yesterday, you'd have said, hey, Rooster, your face is dirty.
I met Rooster through game nights, seeing him mostly on Kettle Kitchen. You've played on there. We've played against each other a few times, and I've just seen you playing. So what do you think about this whole YouTube thing? And tell us about your channel and what your plans are with it.
Well, right now I'm just kind of, playing a little bit in it, but I plan on maybe getting bigger later on, but try to keep it, try to keep other things more important in front of it than just always on YouTube, but
Yeah, it can be time consuming, and it's good
Yeah.
that you're putting your priorities down now,
yeah.
and enjoy it and have fun with it.
Mhm.
So I think that's great.
So what do you think about the whole YouTube?
We think about the whole the YouTube family that has developed, and the friendships, and what do you think about mom and dad doing it? Like, were you kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, at first I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, but it's fun. I enjoy having YouTube family and everything. So
Yeah. I know my kids were like, are you really doing that, mom? So do you help out with the farmers market? Do you go with them and help sell wares?
sometimes I come with them down there, but normally I have to work whenever it's going on.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What kind of work do you do? If you and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Do you do
I
like
just
mechanical work like dad?
and no, I usually just work. I've been working at Tractor Supply and going to college, so
So are you in a Tractor Supply that was a Tractor Supply, or was it an Orscheln's?
no, we were originally a Walmart before.
Oh,
The building
it's
was.
the building was
Okay.
an old Walmart. Now it's the Tractor Supply.
But it's been a Tractor Supply.
yeah, it's been
okay. Well, I ask because my son, for now, he's going to have to step down because he's going to do his electrical work, but he is one of the managers, and it's an Orscheln's turned Tractor Supply.
yeah.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
here the Orschelns are. No, the Tractor Supplies are turning to Orschelns, right?
No,
No, vice versa.
no, because Tractor Supply bought out Orscheln's
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
like 51% or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we still have all the labeling, but they've started moving over, like how he clocks in and stuff is all a little different, and it's slowly. But I mean, like our chicken feed and everything is still the Orscheln's brand, and we still get the letters, the ads and stuff that are still Orscheln's, but it's transitioning. So interesting.
Yeah. But Rooster, so he's a college man
Yeah.
and finishing it up, but he had something different. He was a meat judger in college,
Yeah.
so he
Really?
that paid for his
all over
schooling.
the US.
Yeah.
He
That's
traveled
so.
all over the United States judging meat.
So when you say judging meat, was it all sorts, or was it just beef or just pork?
So beef, pork, and lamb is
Very
what we
cool.
judge.
So anything that a normal butcher could do.
Yeah.
Because don't you have to have special licensing or something to be able to do like poultry? 'Cause around here, I was thinking the butchers say that they can't do the red meat with or something. I don't remember the
You have
full.
to have a different, yeah.
Yeah, I know
I
that they
worked
can bring in like turkey at Thanksgiving time, but they can't actually butcher it there on the.
It
in
all
that-
depends on Kansas regulations are a little funny there, but yeah, it all depends on the facility. But
Place I worked at before, we had to do everything before chicken. So it was beef, then pork, then chicken.
Oh, okay.
So,
he actually worked at a retail
yeah.
meat
Oh, okay.
before, so they would get in primals or whole cuts, and then
Uh-huh.
they would cut those into steak and make burger and brats and stuff like that.
So you probably just had to like special certain ways you sanitized in between each different. Yeah, I see. Interesting.
Yeah, so it is very interesting. He's been all over. Fort Worth. You were high individual in beef. Was it Fort Worth
Um,
or Hereford, Texas?
it would have been the South Plains, I think, which it was hosted by West Texas A&M.
West Texas A&M. Yeah,
So,
but so he was high individual in beef grading. So
yeah.
Good for you.
he would say like if it was choice or prime and stuff like that,
Then yield grading.
and
which
yield
is
grading it.
lean to fat ratios, pretty much.
Wow.
So.
That's really good information for you to have as homesteading family, because if need be, take care of your own business. You're going to know how to do it like supreme. Like you're going to be able to have a special cut lean and all this stuff, rather than the rest of us out there just trying to chop it together.
Yeah. So some of our friends that are not creator friends, but they are really big into farm to retail market, that do a lot of beef. We went over there, and the gentleman was like, Braden, come here and look at all of our steaks and tell me what they are. And he laid out all these steaks, and Rooster's going down through there grading them all. And he's like, well, that's good to know, because they don't grade it where I have it done,
Sure. So were they happy with what they had gotten?
Yeah.
They raised it themselves, and I don't think he had anything below
choice.
a low choice,
Yeah.
or a high choice. So
Yeah.
he was really happy.
Good. That's awesome, because it's a lot of hard work. Yeah, I've been trying to work up to that 5-gallon bucket, but old Beefer, he's getting to where he'll spill a little grain on the ground and he's not going after it. So I'm like, I must be feeding him enough then, because
He's getting enough then.
yeah. He's getting picky about not, slopping up the spills anymore.
And then Rooster has started joining more and more collaborations since.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden now we've got 3 different channels in our house that take part in collaborations.
Yeah, but that's kind of fun. I mean, you can probably, if you are of that spirit, like to get a little competitive and be all like, oh, look, I got this many views in my first hour.
Yep. That might or might not happen here.
So speaking of collaborations, you are very involved in them on the regular, but you're hosting this month. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yep. So for the first time ever, we hosted our own collaboration, Just the 9 Acres, which is Angler April 2023. And your channel put out an awesome video about that.
Oh,
it's the Farm Life channel, which we loved. Actually, every video that has come out, we have just been like in awe of those videos.
Really tasty recipes.
They've been very good, and it's got a lot of participation that I've seen so far in with it. We were talking about trying to come up with a collaboration for us to host, and our thought process behind Angler April was April usually the time when a lot of people are eating fish as their main dish, for whatever reason,
Sure.
that they have. So we were trying to come up with ways that people could have different recipes for, and then we love fish and seafood of all kinds here. So we wanted to see new recipes, and so it kind of went hand in hand. We're all avid fishermen here. But what we didn't think about is normally we have like a really good warm up in April, or early mid-March to early April here. That didn't happen. We were so cold, dreary weather, windy. We have not got any rain here, so we can't say. And most all of our farm ponds and everything in our area, we had a really bad drought last year, went dry, so they don't have anything in them.
Yeah. When
So
I
that
got
really-
the calendar, I was like, Dale, why are you putting me the first week? You know I live in Kansas. You know what's going on. But then you put out your video, and I was like, I can't complain.
Yeah. But so I got sent out invites, and thank goodness so many people have had said yes, that they would take part in it. And so, me being kind of naive to how collaboration works, I just basically put everybody's name in a comment picker or a random wheel picker. And then I just went down the calendar from the first to the last day, and I just hit the button. And as they popped up, that's how I filled out the calendar. And
Well, that's fair.
I had a few channels that were like, okay, that day does not work for me because I have something else.
Yeah.
So I did work with a few and switch some things around. But then Rooster, he goes out to film his, and he has this wonderful weather and goes out there and fishes, and he caught fish. He just didn't catch big enough fish to fillet or enough. So it was, he come back and he's like, oh no, what do I do? And I'm like, just make a fish recipe. And his recipe was all on what he wanted to do himself, which I was proud of because
And
he
I
did
loved it. It
Yep.
brought me back to my childhood. My mom used to make tuna patties very similar to that. And I was just like, oh, I should make that. And I don't know if anyone else made the comment that I did, because maybe we're the only weirdos, but we put mayonnaise on it. I don't know if you saw that comment. Do you guys
Yeah.
eat that like that?
No. So here, I remember, that's so funny you said as a kid, because I remember the kiddos, there's a lot of years between our oldest and our youngest, but there's one in between. So, they didn't seem that far apart.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had everybody in the house one day, it was like, what are we going to have for supper? And we didn't have any pork in the freezer or anything at that point. And I just went to the cabinet and I'm like, I'm going to make something I had when I was a kid. So I made fried tuna fish patties and macaroni and cheese. For the next probably 6 months, we had to have that at least once a week because the kids had never ate that and they loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good. And I thought that everyone so far that wasn't able to fish for whatever reason just went with it and has put out a great video. I laughed so hard at some of the people that might happen to be in the chat tonight. I don't know, Joey and Ginger.
Joey and Ginger. Oh my goodness. I laughed and laughed at Joey's video.
Yeah, that was good.
And then Daniel from Two Doctors Homestead, when he's talking about that, I had to give that salmon an elbow and all.
Oh, yes.
And he started off and the fish was like this big and then it was this big. And then I'm like, oh, this is a fish story. I'm like,
yeah,
this is awesome.
I loved it. Yeah.
And mouse toes catching that humongous redfish,
in the kayak, in the wind. I'm just like, girl, you can spoil the shame. You are just awesome.
Then even today with Miss Andell, and her family fishing, and then
all the old pictures.
And I would never think of bacon to go with fish.
I know.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that video now.
It looks so good.
I think it was
just came out this morning.
Video I saw. Okay. Yeah, I was busy working on other stuff this morning, and it was it started out with I went to the Sea of the Aldi.
Oh, that was
today's video, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. I just love people how they brought in some humor to it all.
I love it. It's so good. And for our first time hosting a collaboration, yes, I took part in other collaboration helping with it, but it's a little stressful because you're worried about this and you're worried about that and making sure that everybody's happy. But it's also so fun when that video drops. Hi there. You get to see what someone else's interpretation of what you've come up with is. And to me, it's so cool to see it, I'm
Yeah,
like more excited to see the video than I think maybe subscribers are,
I
because
know.
I'm like, oh, this is awesome, because I didn't ask what people were doing. I wanted to let people have kind of free reins to let you
Mhm.
be a creator. I made the rules very basic on it. Um, the only kind of rule that we very much are going to live by here is we want it to be family friendly. We
Mhm.
want, if your little kiddo or your grandkids sitting there, you're not embarrassed and want to turn it off,
Right,
or
right.
something, along that lines. And we really don't want to promote alcohol and drugs and stuff like that to people.
Right, right. And I think for the majority of us that you probably invite, that's the way we have our channels
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
So yeah. Oh, thanks. I'm in the farm stand. That's Carolina. Um, and then you've got another collaboration you've got going on yet this month too, right?
Yep. So we have made friends. I think a lot of people in chat are friends with them also. Is with Blue in the UK from Blue Self Reliance.
Oh, girl.
So we no kidding. Blue and I were talking one night after Tony at Kettle Kitchens live about different collaborations, and I had told her about some things that we did on the farm to like reuse some mold metal to fix something. And she says, I am so excited about, you know, anything to do with saving the planet on recycling. So we thought, let's do a recycling or repurposing or, reusing something to prevent new things or new trash going to, you know, the landfill and stuff like that. Um, and so we thought it would be great to come up with a collaboration to do it, to promote and encourage other people to do that. So we called it the 4 R's collaboration. And unfortunately, some things have happened, um, and we didn't get it out very early. But we did have some people that knew about it coming, and they had already committed to making videos. Um, there's a few of us in here, of course. Uh, Angela's channel is going to put out one, and Jerry of Butler Family Farm and Susan have already expressed interest in it. But so I'm looking for people to drop a video on the 22nd, which is Earth Day, something along that line. Um, if you're interested, reach out to 9 Acre Family Farms at gmail.com, and we'll see if I can get you put in. Um, and if you can't commit to doing it the 22nd and you just want to drop one later, that's awesome, because
Yeah.
we want to see other people do it. I know we already have our video um, edited and everything, and we're pretty excited to show people it. Um, and we kind of are encouraging that videos can be as short as 5 minutes and around that 10-minute mark. But I know, like me, for instance, and the 9 Acres, Nana and I, we were a little over 10 minutes, and that's going to be okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I know what mine's going to be about. I don't want to spoil it because I may not finish the project. And so showing you it, maybe all I get done. But I'm excited about it that I got the letter today that we're doing it. Cause I was like, when this thing came home, I was like, yes. So Butler Family Farm has a question about that. I don't know what that is. So if you want to say a little bit more in the chat, please feel free to do so. And then
I
Mama
think he
Bear,
did say in the chat, he
did
said,
he?
is it okay if the video is longer
Oh, I see
than 10
here.
minutes? And that's
Okay.
okay, Jerry.
Yeah.
It's okay. Jerry or Susan. I don't know who it is.
Less than 20. Yeah, I
Yep,
always
that's
think
fine.
collabs is I try to stay under 20 when I do a collab too. You know, some people are used to putting out 40 or an hour long videos, but when you're trying to do a collab, that's sometimes too much. But then
Yep.
you've got people that, you know, do a 3 to 5 minute one, so it all goes in the wash. And Mama Bear, thank you. If you haven't yet, it doesn't tell me how many thumbs up I have.
How
On
about
my
one
other
of you
device,
guys are on the YouTube side, refresh and tell us how many thumbs up is on this.
I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If you don't want to do it, don't do it by all means. But it's always nice because I think it brings more people in. Of course, we've only got about 5 minutes left. Always nice when I talk with you because we could talk forever.
That's right. They're saying 18. So
Okay, awesome. Oh, good, because there's 18 viewings. So wow,
now,
guys, thanks
now
so
they
much.
say 20.
Ooh, wow. Well, thank
Keep
you
hitting
all.
the thumbs up, people.
I just gave one.
Wow, I appreciate that so much.
And actually, Nana is going to be co-hosting a collaboration too in the month of May coming up.
Ooh, tell us about it, Nana.
Get over here, Nana.
See you, Rooster. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
See y'all.
He's so full of words.
Oh, okay. So, 9 Acres and Not for Nothing Homestead is hosting spring salads for the month of May.
That sounds wonderful.
It could be any kind of salad. It don't have to be a green salad. It can be any kind of salad.
As
I'm
long,
excited about that.
actually, what they don't want is just a green salad.
Yeah, something. We just want something, anything. So
Yeah.
It
could be pastas.
I know.
Or whatever, right?
I think Ginger emailed me and she said that we're full now. So
Fantastic. That's
got that
exciting.
all that going.
And that's the first one that you two girls have done together. So this is fun. Yeah.
Ginger and Joey hosted the Chili Smackdown.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and that was their first collab.
Yep.
Before he became his own channel, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So those of you that are in the chat and say that you're not content creators, anybody can be one.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Marmalade May starts May 1st as well.
Yep.
And I'm so excited about that. I think I've decided what I'm going to do. And so I need to get a hold of Tony about that. I'm excited about, there's lots of collaborations. It seems like September and it has just rolled on. Usually it's like around the holidays and then it kind of dies down the first of the year, but there's just been a bunch of them and I'm loving it because I love doing collabs. I love participating. I love learning. I love, watching them.
Well, and then you hosted a lot of collaborations there towards the end of the year, right? And
so in December, I did my very first one. I called it Dipcember, and it was about dips because a lot of times from Thanksgiving to New Year's, you're going to lots of parties, and sometimes it's just appetizers and stuff. So I thought this will give me a test run because I had known for months that I wanted to do in February, freeze-dried February. And so both of them went over really well. And then I've got some more coming up this summer that I'm excited about. So
freeze-dried February, that was cool. This lady wants a freeze dryer.
Oh, I want one so bad.
I wish I could have gave everybody one. Oh, I wish I could have. I was expecting they were going to give a discount code or maybe some, books or something. And they said a freeze dryer. And I'm like, are you kidding?
Like, what?
Absolutely. I'll give one of those away. And 4 Jars was so great to support. They support a lot of our collaborations. They really, really are good about the YouTube community supporting all of us. So yeah,
very much so.
I feel like, did I interrupt you when I got all excited? Okay.
I was waving goodbye to the purring lady. She said she asked me.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, here's a good one. Absolutely. If you want to know anything about collaborations, Tony at Kettle Kitchen is the guy to help you out with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Low Family Adventures. I'm gonna write your name down, and we'll keep you in mind.
They're actually part of Angler April.
Are they? Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, she says she's still figuring out what she's going to do because the lakes up there are frozen still.
Oh,
But she'll do great because everybody is doing such a great job with it,
Right.
even if they can't get out and fish. Or was it, oh, why can't I think of her name right now? Of course, when I'm live, said, I don't fish, but my family does. And so she did, was it salmon?
Carrie, my table of 3.
My table of 3, yes, yes.
Dark Lord has a question.
Uh-oh.
Yes, they do, Dark Lord. Definitely. He's asking if rummage sale videos count as showing
Absolutely.
recycling and repurposing. I mean, that's repurposing and reusing.
Yep.
And that's what we're after. So
yeah, I love that idea. I don't like food waste, and I love finding a new purpose for something. It's getting harder, in my opinion, with some of the things that we buy because they're not made to last like they used to.
right.
But if you can find stuff like at a rummage sale or something that maybe belonged to like your grandparents or something, that stuff's made to last, and you can find ways to.
And that's definitely what. Sorry, I had to get more water so I don't cough again.
Oh yeah, I've been.
We've got my allergies in the last couple days of like, and of course we got the windows open because it's nice. So as I'm sitting here, it's just getting worse.
More in.
But that's Blue and I have been talking about that, and that's what Blue is big on. Is she is like, if we can encourage people to waste not food, repurpose food, figure out a different recipe, incorporate it in, stuff like that. That's great stuff.
So Dark I would suggest maybe email Dale.
Yeah, email me at 9acrefamilyfarms@gmail.com.
Yep.
Or I think I have Xander's email, I think, and we'll talk.
And guys, I love visiting, and I'd like to do that forever, but I've already got a notification that one of our other friends has gone live. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye and encourage you guys to keep conversation going and go on over and see Michelle and JJ at Big Family Living because they're live now. So
that's
thank
where
you
we're going to go.
For coming in. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.